Fighting Spirit Wrestling fans, I am longtime independent wrestling fan Robert. Only the Strong was a great second offering for Fighting Spirit Wrestling here in 2016. Due to work, I missed the announcement where PJ Stackpole interrupted Joel Maximo and announced that he's the new Director of Authority in FSW. But I did get there in time for the matches, as we open up with the women's match, Kyoko Kimura defeating Sumi Sakai. I really like this match, and hopefully Kimura will be back in the future. Then PJ Stackpole comes out with the ends, Ian Aldrin and Leon Mason, and Stackpole addressed that Ian will face Cyrus DeVille in an I Quit match at Lucha Libre Extravaganza. Eventually Cyrus comes out, and Stackpole tells him that you're going to face Ian and Leon in a handicap match unless you can get yourself a tag team partner, and Cyrus had Malta the Damager, and the match was on, which saw Ian Aldwin and Leon Mason defeat Cyrus DeVille and Malta the Damager. After the match ended, Cyrus attacked Aldwin and eventually speared him in the ring. Eventually, Stackpole tells Cyrus that if he puts two fingers on Ian between now and Lucha Libre Extravaganza, that the match, the I Quit match, will not happen. Next match of the evening, we saw Flawless Blake Morris defeat Tony Mama Luke. Next was the tag team title match, which saw the Elite Joey Tell and Talon challenge the Elements for the tag team championship. Eventually, the Zoltan, Chris Cage and G Murda, who made a shocking return to FSW, attacking all four men in the ring. And as a result, the Elements retained their tag team championship on disqualification. Up next was the 5-star match, as Maxwell Jacob Feinstein defeated Joe Bronson, John Silver, CPA, and Francis Kipling Stevens. I do have to say, Maxwell reminds me of a young Rob Echoes, who later became Robbie E. It was intermission at that point on, and then out comes AJ Spectre and his girlfriend Mandy, and Spectre ran down people in the crowd and claimed Joel Maximo was scared of him, but Maximo comes out and he makes short work of the now no longer undefeated AJ Spectre. Up next, the Snot, Chris Rex, Azrael, and Sami Callihan hit the ring for a 2-on-3 tag team matchup. And out comes Magma and Suntan announced that they had another partner, and it was the elite athlete Mike Orlando. It was also mentioned that it was Suntan's birthday, and the trio of Suntan, Magma, and Orlando were victorious over the Snot. Up next, it was main event time, as Superstar Whiplash challenged the Man of Steel Mike Verna for the Heavyweight Championship. During the matchup, Joel Maximo and Flawless Blake Morris come out, and they're like seemingly applauding Whiplash, and I forgot what Whiplash said to both of these guys, and Whiplash eventually took the championship belt, hits Morris from behind with it, and Maximo confronted Whiplash about it. Also, PJ Stackpole had burst from the curtain, and Whiplash was chasing Stackpole around, and Verna eventually cut off. Yeah, Verna eventually, I guess, capitalized and got the win. Maximo Morris are confronting Verna, and Maximo took the microphone telling him, PJ's gotten in your head. Every month you cry and cry all the time like a baby. And he said that, something, I know Verna got into it with Morris. Also, the Zoltan eventually hit the ring again, only to be chased out by the Elite. The Zoltan, Chris Cage and G Murda, also, they grabbed Whiplash, and he left with them. And, sounds like a lot of questions to be answered. Well, it was personal notes time. Great sitting with Melissa, Brandon, Mike, Christian, Peter Gilmore. Great seeing the wrestling snobs. I think, dang, who else did we have there that I knew, or I'm trying to think. Well, I think the crowd was a little bit up since Kill Them All in January. Well, we actually do have some memorable quotes. I don't speak retard, PJ Stackpole when somebody in the crowd was irritating him. Glad you could make it, Rab. Joel Maximo after his victory over AJ Spectre. Robin Lottie, you're the best! Elena, after, as I was walking away from the building long after the show ended. Fighting Spirit Wrestling returns on Friday night, April 1st. April Fool's Day. Quite a night to have a show. With The Lion's Den. Matt, I'd like to see a three-way match with the Elements versus the Zoltan versus the Elite for the Tag Team Championship. Mike Verna versus Joel Maximo Part 2. Whiplash against Blake Morris. Since they can't get physical till Lucha Libre Extravaganza. Cyrus DeVille against Leon Mason. Ian Aldwin against Malta the Damager. Wow. So many people were missing. I don't know if they're gone from FSW or they just weren't booked. House of Pain, Certified Sexy, Omega Black. So many people that were seen at Kill Them All that were not at Only the Strong. But hopefully with the Lion's Den on April 1st, they'll be, maybe, we know that's their version of the Royal Rumble, so obviously bodies are going to be needed. Maybe there'll be some some interesting surprise entrants. But, you know, definitely a very good show, and hopefully the wheels will keep on rolling. Oh!